In the words of Henry Ford, coming together is beginning, staying together is progress, working together is success. Distinguished guests, respected colleagues, and dear friends, it is my solemn privilege to introduce to you one such success story about WeCare, waste efficient collection and recycling efforts. WeCare in real sense of the term is the face of industry which is committed towards collaborating with private and government agencies in exploring pragmatic, scalable, and sustainable ways of dealing with issue of plastic disposal. Friends, journey of WeCare started initially with a small group of industry members who believed that current scenario warranted industry to come forward and execute measurable steps in meeting challenges posed by plastic waste. This is a glimpse of some of the members who decided that they owe it to the environment, irrespective of the current regulatory regime, of the operating challenges, and various other hurdles that we were facing across various states. As you will see today, we are almost 38 company strong organization and growing by the day. A quick look at our vision and mission. We decided that in order to drive the intent of the plastic waste management rules and to demonstrate industry leadership in taking ownership of dealing with this issue of plastic menace, we have to set out some crisp goals before ourselves. Therefore, we decided that we have to build or create and sustain an enabling regulatory environment and provide platform to members for discussions on plastic waste management regulations and EPR, extended producer responsibility, as has been set out under the plastic waste management rules, how it has to be implemented. We have to showcase industry's intent to provide policy inputs for harmonized plastic waste management on a pan-India basis. Advocacy with the central and state governments to build consensus to implement and drive national EPR framework. We are very pleased to state that recently draft national EPR framework has been notified, and which is a result of concerted efforts of all our member companies and various other associations in driving the idea across to the government that we have to have a national EPR framework to give a harmonized approach. Otherwise, executing EPR on pan-India basis will remain a Herculean task. The industry associations as well as WeCare is playing a pivotal role in further helping the government to streamline the process as has been prescribed. We further agreed we will create awareness on adopting holistic approach for sustainable plastic waste management through reduce, reuse, and recycle principles. We wanted to promote usage of appropriate recycling and reprocessing technologies and drive innovative solutions for plastic waste management by leveraging synergies with relevant stakeholders. Friends, in 2017, when we came together, there were strong headwinds in terms of there was no clear clarity from the regulations. There was definitely lack of municipal or support at the state level, and there was general lack of awareness and consciousness that dealing with plastic is my responsibility. Our members firmly believe that dealing with this issue is not X's responsibility or Y's responsibility. Very clearly, each and every individual today has to own up that responsibility, and unless that mindset change is driven across all levels, this issue will not be something that could be dealt with easily in the near future. Despite all odds, we decided to hit the ground running, and we came together to undertake the first EPR project in Delhi, and through that we selected one of the PROs and took for ourselves a very humble target and successfully concluded by way of that pilot that plastic which is lying scattered can be collected, can be segregated, and can be reprocessed in more than one manner. And it was a result of our pilot that the government got some confidence and extended use of multi-layer packaging from 2018 onwards by amending the regulations. Towards this end, we also were able to work with the Punjab state government, and we set up the first model of PPP, that is the public-private partnership model. We set up a Punjab Plastic Waste Management Society there under the aegis of the government, under the aegis of the Punjab Pollution Control Board. Industry was able to influence the government that since it is their money at stake, since it is their compliance at stake, industry should be allowed to drive and monitor the day-to-day operations. The government acceded to our request. Today, we have been able to collect more than 25,000 metric tons of waste and reprocess it in a scientific manner. The success has encouraged us to reach out to more states. Most probably, very soon, we will also be seeing such pilots being undertaken by the government of Himachal Pradesh, government of Tamil Nadu, Union Territories of Andaman Nicobar, as well as Chandigarh administration. Friends, we earnestly believe that plastic today is not a mere waste. Rather, it is a sought out of resource. It is a resource if it could be segregated and collected properly and disposed at the first point of consumption. Therefore, creating awareness and building that consciousness in each and every individual has been set out as the most important goal, and our member companies are working relentlessly in bringing about this change through various state level, municipal level programs that they've been now running and organizing for the last 2 years. Unless this change is brought about, dealing with this issue will remain a challenge. And therefore, most of the pilots that have been initiated at private level or with the help of the government focus on awareness building, focus on consciousness through information, education, and communication has been set out as the most important target before us. As I said that from the very beginning, we were aware that a long-term solution can only be successful if it is scalable and if it is sustainable. While what UN has prescribed, the fact that WeCare had ingrained these principles at the time of inception itself into their vision and mission statement. If we look at SDG goal number 1, no poverty, our members firmly believe that if we can help segregation of plastic waste, if we can help in creating facilities for collection of these waste and enable rack pickers to reprocess it and send it for recycling, there is a lot of value which will get created in their favor and will help in augmenting their sources of livelihood. Similarly, SDG goal number 12, which says responsible consumption and production. All the companies, all the member companies of WeCare are committed in exploring technologies that will help in reduction of packaging material, as well as which will work on improving responsible consumption. That is by creating awareness, that is by driving mindset change, by ensuring that efforts on circular development of circular economy are actually seen taking shape at the ground level. Each and every element of society, whether they are rack pickers, whether they are PROs, whether they are state municipal authorities and or the companies, We have to come together, we have to work together to ensure that proper value chains are developed, circular economy takes shape, and benefits start to flow to the end consumers. Without consumer awareness, robust waste management system will not become sustainable. As highlighted earlier, segregation at source is the most critical step for implementing an effective waste management system, as only segregated waste can act as a resource for multiple end-of-life solutions. This also falls in line with SDG 11, and we are working with municipalities and state governments, and we are getting tremendous support from them in helping ensuring that proper consumption, responsible consumption is propagated and is followed across all the tiers. Friends, we are strong on our commitment to demonstrate industry leadership for sustainable management of plastic packaging, and we welcome like-minded industries to join us in our future endeavors. We know the road ahead is not clear, is full of bumpy rides, but we are determined. And often we remind ourselves of these two lines. ये जलवे नहीं होते, ये नजारे नहीं होते. ये जलवे नहीं होते, ये नजारे नहीं होते, अगर चांद के पहलू में सितारे नहीं होते. हम इसलिए करते हैं तेरे गम की परवरिश कि कांटों के खरीदार तो सारे नहीं होते. Friends, we have set out ourselves a very tough task, and we are determined and committed in ensuring that we achieve our goals by adopting an inclusive approach and by developing a circular economy. It will be a pleasure to invite other companies, like-minded companies who also feel they are committed towards this cause. We are open and we are here to walk the talk. I would like to thank you for sparing your time and for bearing. Thank you. Warm regards. Jai.